Hello, YouTube. It's Dear Joe back again. I'm a woman that has worn many hats. I'm here as a Dear Abby modern day life advice. Um, I won't say professional, but I have lived a life. I've been married, divorced, remarried, widowed, raised children. I'm here for you. If you have any questions for me, you can write to me in the comments and I'll get back to you and I will leave it anonymous. Um, this has just been a passion of mine to try to reach out and help others in any way I can. I'm not saying that my opinion is, gold. Take it to the bank. I'm just sharing with you what has worked for me, what I finally learned in life that will hopefully help you, and then you can pass it on to others. That's what I'm here for. So let's get into today's questions. The first one is from Sad in Michigan. And they write, Dear Joe, how can I go on? I am trying to recover from the grief that I've had for several years now over losing the love of my life to cancer. And I just can't seem to get over it and move on. Well, Sad in Michigan, let me tell you, grief never gets easier. We just learn in time how to muddle through longer. Day by day by day, it's not that it hurts less, it's that we kind of get a little bit desensitized in time, so that it's not always like the most fresh and forefront thing in our minds. It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt any less, because it certainly doesn't. I personally know this. Like I said, I am a widow, a young widow. I'm not going to get into all the details of my situation, but I will say, it's not something that can really be understood. Why things happen the way they do, and it doesn't matter if you're young, old. It doesn't matter. Dying is a part of life. Dying before you feel it's your time, that feels like like a serious loss, like you're robbed of something. I'm robbed of all these years we could have had together. That's unfair. Well, we're not guaranteed another day, another breath, really, another hour, another minute. We're not guaranteed it. We have this expectancy of, well, you're going to live 85 years. Well, that's an expectancy. It doesn't mean you are. So we have to remember to make the most of what we have in the now. It doesn't mean you don't think about the future and plan for the future. It just means you be grateful for today, for now, and enjoy that person while you have them, because we may not have them tomorrow. And that goes for anyone in our lives. As far as moving on, well, you have to decide in your mind that where I could never replace this person, it is okay for me to seek out some happiness again in my life, to make a new friendship, maybe even follow them up again. A lot of it is guilt. We feel like, oh, well, it would be wrong if I did. Well, no, it's not wrong. There's no time limit, on when it's right. It's right for the individual when it's right for you. You'll know it inside. And some people never do. Some people can never move on to move on to a new relationship or what have you. And of course, the loss of a child or a parent, family member, a friend, I've been through that too. And it's very completely different situations. It's a loss, but the depth of a loss is, it can be in grander scales. I've known people that lost, a spouse and their children all at the same time. Wow. That person is not the same person that I knew. And how could they be? So there are, things that happen that are so profound. And I even wonder myself, how does that person even get up every day? How do they even function at all? So the fact that they are now able to get up and go to work and just try to live some kind of normalcy, to me, that is amazing. That is astonishing. It didn't happen right away. It took a long time. That's a lot of grief. That's a lot of overload to bear. So yeah, part of going on is finding things that you're interested in doing to take up your time, be it drawing, painting, writing, reading. Do you like church? Do you like going out to a movie? Do you like maybe finding some people with a like-minded sports interest? There's a lot of different activities you can do to help take up your time, to help get your mind off things. That's a definite heal. Of course, seeing a therapist, I've done that myself over the years. I have seen therapists. There's just a time in your life for things, and that's just it. Your timeline is not my timeline. So, Sad in Michigan, I hope this has helped you. Don't let anyone tell you that you should be over your grieving. You grieve as you need to grieve. Take it step by step. Be good to yourself. Do something good for yourself today. If it's a special treat, a walk outside the park, whatever it is, do a little something nice for yourself. Be gentle on you. And I thank you for letting me know this was going on. You take care of yourself. And my next topic today, it's not a question somebody wrote in about, it's just a subject that I've talked a lot about over the years. How do you let someone know that you just don't want them in your life? Like, not as a relationship, but, it could be, but, like a friendship. Someone that wants to call you, that wants to get together, that wants to do things with you. And it's not that you are totally against them or wanting, they're not an enemy, but you just don't feel the connection. You just don't want that person around that much because maybe they annoy you. Maybe it's just their personality and yours you feel a clash there. You don't feel, a commonality. And they just don't get it. They like sci-fi and, you're just like, whatever it is. Yes. You don't want to be mean. However, you have to do something because it's like driving you crazy. Okay, so I've been there. And I finally just had to say, we'll just use a name, Sally. Sally, I really appreciate and respect you for wanting to spend time with me. I really do. I mean, that's very flattering. However, I just don't feel that we are on the same page in life. For instance, you like to shop. I don't want to shop. You want to watch, sci-fi movies. I don't. You love to talk. I like things a little more low-key. I think you're a good person, and you would make somebody a wonderful friend. Girlfriend, wife, whatever. But I just don't feel like I'm that person for you. So I'm sorry, but I really appreciate it if you look to other avenues for friendships. I'm gonna have to back off and say no from now on about hanging out with you. But again, it's not any personal attack on you, and I do wish you the best. And walk away. And I know that's not easy. It certainly wasn't easy for me. It did feel a little awkward. I did feel like I was hurting her feelings, but I did it in the best way that I could do to both not be mean, come across as mean and rude, but at the same time, it was just driving me mentally crazy. Like I said, there are just people out there whose chemistries and yours just don't blend. And it doesn't mean, like I said, you don't consider him an enemy. You just don't want to hang out with them because it just doesn't mesh with you. So that's what I have for today. Be kind to one another. Love your neighbor as yourself. Help somebody today in any small little way. It'll make a huge difference in somebody's world. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.